So here we are, we've come out for the day, and let's just imagine that you've gone away, you've gone traveling, there isn't a gym locally to you, you've not been able to find one, there's not one in your hotel, and you really want to work out, and you've got, say, half an hour or an hour to work out. So all you need for this workout that you can do anywhere is some TRX cables, which are in my bag, and a tree, and that is all you need. So let me show you the perfect workout if you are time poor and you've got pretty much no gym equipment whatsoever apart from a TRX. So what you need is a specific type of TRX. The usual TRX that you clip on with a crocodile clip doesn't really work for this because we're going to wrap it around a tree. So you need one with a loop like this, and then you can put the TRX through that loop, and the thing that you choose to lash it on can be pretty much that thick in its circumference, okay? So this is how you do it. It's a little bit awkward at first. You have to sort of make like a medieval mace and then throw it round, and then it will loop over the top. You have to catch it, and then you can thread it through. So we're going to go around this here. It's reasonably easy to get around, but let's see if I can do it in one. Probably not. So I'm going to go around this way around. So I'm going to go around. No, I'm not. I'm going to go around again. No. There we go, I've got it. So I'm round, didn't take long. So I'm from there, I'm going to pass it through on itself, and then just pull it up, and it's attached. I've got one of my two handles that I'm going to need to do my TRX row, which is going to be my pull group. That's going to be the pull part of my workout, okay? So let's get the other one round. That was considerably easier. So the only other thing we need to do now is just make these the same in terms of their steepness. So I just get the toggles and just pull them down so they're the same height. And I want them to be fairly steep, so it's quite difficult. No, not quite. So just move that one just up slightly. That's about it. So now I have my TRX attached to a tree. So I can make it harder, and all I have to do is make those lower and just keep them even both sides. So that's about it. That's going to be steeper again. So yeah, it's getting quite difficult now. Pull up, squeeze, stretch down, squeeze, stretch down. Little squeeze at the top, little stretch at the bottom. I'm just feeling, as I'm doing that, I'm feeling it slightly more on my left side, which means that this is slightly too high. So just adjust it really, really slightly, and then try it again. Yeah, that's it. I think it's because the floor is angled, so you have to play with it a little bit, but for me, that's about it now. Squeeze and stretch. So the hardest thing when you're training in an outdoor environment, or if you don't have much equipment, the hardest group to manage is your pull group. You need something, you need some sort of leverage. So without the TRX, this is very difficult. What I could do is I could like jump up. I could jump up and maybe hold the tree or something like that and do pull-ups on it, but it's pretty difficult to do that. Also, pull-ups are extremely difficult. So there's going to be different ability levels of people doing this. With the TRX, you can just adjust the steepness. So if you're not very strong, don't make it very steep. So your inversion isn't that much. So when you pull in, there's not going to be that much weight. If you're very, very fit, move the TRX all the way down to the bottom, and then it's going to be pretty difficult. The more horizontal you go, the more of your own weight you're going to be lifting. So it's totally adjustable. The other thing that you need for this is your phone, because this workout is something called an EMOM. That's every minute on the minute. So every minute on the minute, you're going to do a certain volume of work, depending on how fit you are, right? So you need this app or something similar. It's called Interval Timer. So you're going to go on. That's currently set for 2 minutes because of a different workout. So I'm just going to change that to 1 minute. And then that's going to go all the way down to 0. Once it goes to 0, it's going to go back up to a minute. So this is the way this is going to work. It's going to be 3 exercises, and I'm going to do one of those exercises every minute on the minute. For this workout, I'm going to do 15 TRX rows, 20 push-ups, and 20 split lunges. Now let's say it takes me 30 seconds to do 15 TRX rows. The rest of those 30 seconds are going to be my recovery. I'm going to get ready to go on my push-ups. So when it goes back up to a minute, I'll do my 20 push-ups. And then I just keep going round and round in a loop like that. So every minute on the minute is great because your fatigue builds and it keeps you honest in terms of how much rest and recovery you're having. It'll also push your heart rate very high as well. So not only are we getting like a really good strength and conditioning workout here because we're doing push-pull legs essentially over and over again, but the speed in which we're doing that, the intensity in which we're doing that is going to yield a very high cardiovascular response. So at the end of this 30 minutes, my heart rate is going to be like 170, 180. So I don't really have to worry about my cardiovascular conditioning. I'm getting the two things in one very simple workout. Okay, so pretty much ready to start the workout now. So I'm going to go over it a little bit for you. So I'm going to start with 15 TRX rows. However long that takes me, the rest of the minute will be my recovery. After that, I'm going to do 20 push-ups. However long that takes me, the rest of the minute is my recovery. After that, I'm going to do 20 split lunges. However long it takes me will be my recovery. And I just go round those 3 exercises, round and round and round for 30 minutes. So I'm going to do 10 sets of all of them. So let me show you how it works now. So I set my timer somewhere where you can hear it. I'm going to go here. And then I start my TRX rows. Let's see how much time I've got left at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, okay, so I've got left on the clock there 32 seconds. Now that is my recovery. That's how long I have before I do my push-ups. Okay, 20 push-ups. I've got 40 seconds left. "20 split lunges. This is the one that pushes your heart rate really high. So the higher you jump, the harder this is going to be. Touch your knee down every time. And all as we do is that on a loop for 30 minutes. So that was 3 minutes. I'm already blowing a little bit and I think I'm reasonably fit. So after those 30 minutes, the main thing I'm going to notice is, yes, there's going to be lactic acid all over my body because I'm doing everything. Every muscle is getting worked, and very intensely as well, because I'm hardly having any rest. But towards the end, the main thing that's going to stop you, and try this workout and see how you feel. At the end, you will just be knackered, absolutely knackered. What I've just shown you there, how steep I was doing my TRX, press ups to the floor, not on your knees, doing the split lunges really high, touching your knee every time. It's kind of like elite level. If you want to push it even harder than that, just up your reps. You're going to get even less rest. It's going to be even more lactate produced. But all of this, you can water it down massively. So, for example, if I'm carrying a bit of weight, not very fit, just don't go very far. Just don't go very steep on your TRX. Go about here. Hardly any weight whatsoever. A little bit harder, walk a bit closer. It's a bit harder again. Walk a bit closer again. Even elevate. You can make it as hard or as easy as you like, okay? The press-ups, I don't have to do press-ups like this. I can do them like this. Put your knees down. That's no problem. If we were with something like a bench or a table or something like that, I could do an inverted push-up. I could change the steepness and the angle in which I do my press-ups. Let's take the lunges. I don't have to do plyometric split lunges. I can do reverse lunges. If that's too difficult, grab a hold of your TRX and do TRX assisted lunges. Let's say you've got bad hips, bad knees, you can take nearly all of the pressure away. This is going to work your upper body a bit more because I'm pulling as well as lunging. So half of that is in my upper body now. Half of it is in my lower body, but you're still doing the workout. So this is for everybody and anybody. You can be an elite level athlete, or you can be 4 stone overweight and you've done no fitness for years and years. You can taper it to your own level. This is why I think this workout that I created while I was traveling, I just couldn't get to a gym. I didn't have enough time. I was on a very, very tight schedule with what I was doing. I needed to do something that I could do 3 or 4 times a week that covered my whole body. And I came up with this, and it's just remained probably my favorite workout that I've ever done. And it's something that you can progress on and on and on. So once it gets too easy when I'm doing, say, the 15 TRX rows, change it to 20 TRX rows. Change the press-ups to 25, change the split lunges to 30. There's no limit to what you can do with this, but you're in and out. Push-pull legs is covered, your cardiovascular system's covered, and it's for every ability level. I hope you enjoyed that workout. Leave some comments in the box, click the subscribe button, and there'll be plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching.